I thought I'd jump in and have a little chat about something that has popped up for me today. And the irony is that when I stopped and I thought about it, I knew that. Oh, hello, am I live? I hope I'm live. Okay, so let's start again. So, one of the things that I was thinking about this morning is that it's one of the things that popped up for me this morning, and I know it pops up for you guys. And there's such a parallel with what happens for me and what happens for you guys. So, in terms of this morning, I was like, I want to get on and I want to have a chat to you guys, and I want to talk about physical examination because that's what I love to do. And that's what you guys need. And I was like, okay, so what am I going to talk about? Am I going to talk about musculoskeletal? Am I going to talk about neurological? Am I going to run through some stuff about abdominal, respiratory, sort of all of these things? And I've got all of these post-it notes. I've talked about this before. It's Tammy's. Oh, my dog's barking. Tammy's system of creating e-courses. I've got all these post-it notes of all these topics for the membership, but things that I wanted to talk to you guys about as well. And I looked at them all and I went, oh my God, like where do I even start? And when I did that, I just went, oh my God, this is exactly what's going on for you guys. So what I wanted to talk about today was when you are in your consult and you're feeling blocked. There's all of these things going on. There's all of these presentations. There's all of these different directions that you can go. You've decided that you want to do some physical examination in your consult because you just know deep down that that's what you're meant to be doing. That's the way you're going to connect. That's the way you're going to build relationship. That's the way you're not going to miss all these red flags. But you're sort of going, God, where do I even start? So one of the things that I realized when I was talking to my experts last week, and it's all the same. So this is the thing that I noticed in my practice as well, was that when you're feeling blocked, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when all of the things are presenting with you, just do something. So that and honestly, like I spoke to 5 people last week, and you guys will see them in the membership, the interviews. They are epic. But I spoke to 5 people last week, and one of the things that all of them, the one thing that was all in common, this is like total spoiler alert, but anyway, was that they were just like deep diving into the general inspection. And that what that did was gave them the next thing to lead on to, whether it was case taking, so the questioning, or more physical examinations for that body system. So the thing is that we are focusing on what we can do and not what we can't. My dog is annoying. He's just started barking, of course, when I'm like wanting to talk to you guys. So we are deep diving and focusing on what we can do. With that person in front of you, is there Hertzuism? And remember, we can see this sort of stuff online as well in our online consult or our face-to-face. One of the things that when I was supervising for final year students was this is a classic example of the general inspection. So one of the students had a boy presenting with really quite severe acne. He was a very slender boy, teenage boy, and young adult, and he had very, very severe acne. Now, he had this student got him to whip his shirt off, obviously speaking about that appropriately and making sure that he feels comfortable and all of the things. She would have noticed that he had gynecomastia for a start on a slender boy. So we are talking about hormonal imbalance there. We are talking about an estrogen dominance. She would have also noticed that there was like cystic acne across this chest region. So, you know, being the professional, and now she's a student, so that's cool. And we talked about it and she learned, and it was a really amazing teaching moment, actually. But what she would have learned is that had she have built the rapport with her client, and acted in a professional way. So, looking at a chest or looking at a back or asking to take its shirt off so that you can see a particular area of skin or a rash or a proper inspection so that you can see how shoulders are sitting one side to the other, so that you can look and see if there's a hernia in the abdominal area. Just even these things are going to give you so much information. She would not have missed that stuff. And asking in a professional way, the way you would ask to see what someone's hands, it's the exact same conversation. It is within your scope of practice, and there is a way to ask and make it really professional. So obviously we deep dive into all of that stuff, but I want you to get you thinking about that now. So the general inspection, when you're looking at me now, yes, I'm a little bit tired. You'll see a few kind of bags under my eyes. You'll see that, I actually have a sore right shoulder at the moment. So I know that sits a little bit different with me at the moment. And even the way I tilt my head is a little bit different. You'll see all of these things if you are just mindful and looking for them in the background. Does the person favor one side? Is their face a little bit droopy? Is one eye a little bit droopy? What is this person telling you? There's so much that we can really gain, and we can really gather so much information that we can gather. And then what happens is that will lead your questioning into a different body system, into a different area, and then that they'll look at you like you're some sort of fortune teller, because you've picked up on a subtlety which we will go through. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and this is the next layer. So you've seen something. You've seen a little slight inconsistency with shoulders. You've seen a tilt to one side. Now I tilt my head to this side because of the neck stuff. If I go to tilt my head to that side, I feel a definite stretch. Not pain, but stretch. We will deep dive into musculoskeletal. I haven't put this in any of my training yet, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to be talking about working out the difference between between neurological pain and muscular pain. We're going to be working out how to work out if someone's got a herniated disc. We are going to be going through range of motion and working out how you can keep a track of things like this. Musculoskeletal stuff was never my jam, but my God, it's really, really important, because we do know the link between musculoskeletal issues, hormone issues, anxiety and depression, and there's a massive link there. So even if you're treating people for all of this stuff over there, you can keep a really solid eye on what's going on for people over here. It's really fascinating, actually, to see how things play out and how things change when you track them. So we'll be going through all of that, and that's really fun. What did I want to say to you? Yes, so the idea is that when we start and you're really blocked and you don't know where to go and there's a million things to check, start with what you see. Yeah, you're going to ask more questions about that area. It's going to give you more insight into what's going on with that person, be it acute, chronic, or even constitutional. We'll talk about that stuff too. Now, the next thing, and this is the thing that I wanted to tell you, that you can kind of just even get started with right now, like today in your practice, or even jump online and talk in your social media. Do a live, go on, dear. Do a live and talk about how you run through and deep dive in all these things. So you've seen something in your general inspection that's a little bit off. You're going to ask more questions about that, of course. But one of the questions that you're going to ask, super, super important, is, has it always been like this? Is this normal for you? Now, one of the areas where this is absolutely vital to answer this question is here. Now, in some cultural backgrounds, in some cultures, they're just naturally more hairy than others. I am half Croatian. My husband is half Italian. We are hairy. We are just hairy people. Now, my daughter is really quite hairy. If she was going to see a naturopath and a naturopath was looking at this hair growth, I would want this naturopath to ask about her background and to ask about whether she has always been quite hairy. And she has. Now, that's a really important question because that's really, really different to someone looking at this extra hair growth, be it on their face, be it around the snail trail, down around their lower abdominal area, and going, you know what? It's really only been there for about the last year. And that is something that is going to lean towards more hormonal issues as well. So don't underestimate the power of where we're inspecting, we're looking, we're asking, is this normal for you, is going to take you. If you're feeling blocked, if you don't know where to start, that is a really, really good place to start. Now, as you guys know, the membership is open. I am throwing everything into this for you guys. The world is weird. We are focusing on what we can do and not focusing on what we can't do. And what we can do is show up for our people. I'm showing up for you guys. I'm making this the most affordable that I can do, and still actually, make a little bit for myself once I have paid for all my costs of running this program. And I know you guys are in business, and you know there's all these little hidden costs for absolutely everything. So $79 a month for 10 months. We deep dive into everything. You get videos, you get webinars, you get monthly Zoom calls, you get a private Facebook group to ask any really pressing questions that you might have. And you get, and we get to deep dive, not just about the physical examinations and how to do all of the things, which is super important, and we cover all of that. But we really now deep dive into it from a place of heart. And I'm really excited about that part of it, because this part of it is the part that I know to be true, is that when we connect with our people from a heart space, and so we're weaving the science, because that's my background, it's very strongly. So when we're weaving the science and we're weaving the heart, that's when we get the results. But we get these people coming back, we get these people turning around and telling you stuff that they wouldn't have told you if you're just focused on the head stuff. So yeah, as I said, I'm very, very excited about bringing this program to you guys. It's going to be a fantastic way to upskill, not just for what you've got going on now, be it face-to-face or online, but for when the world changes again, and it will, so that we can show up for our people in a really amazing way. So I really look forward to seeing you in there. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me and ask me. I will put the link to the membership, to all the info. You can sign up there. Simple. And we can take it from there. As I said, ask any questions you like. I am here to share this with you guys now. Have a great day.